Hi everybody, it is Christine Bertram coming to you actually live from the Hive on a Tip Tuesday lunch hour. I've got about 15 minutes left of my lunch and I thought, I gotta get live because I promised you guys a Tip Tuesday, I think over my lunch hour. I said I would do it if I could. So we've got a Tip Tuesday today. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull you guys up because I see myself live. Woohoo! Okay, so we'll see who joins me today for the Tip Tuesday live. Today's Tip Tuesday is going to be about using your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, also known as a Big Shot, also known as a Sizzix. It's basically a die cutting machine that can also be used for embossing. And I just wanted to do a quick little lunch hour Tip Tuesday showing you guys how I would do it if I'm cutting out multiple things. And it dawned on me when Kelly was talking to me. Hi, Jean. Hi, Linda. It dawned on me when Kelly told me that she used to take big sheets of paper and cut out one thing and then cut out another and then cut another. But what happens is your plates start to get worn and they will leave little indentations in your paper. Hi, Susan. Hi, Julie. Hi, Susie. And so all of a sudden then your paper can start to get ruined. So my tip for you today is on using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, also known as a Big Shot, and how I would cut small pieces, and then also showing you about plates, what happens to your plates eventually. Hi, Donna from Northeast Michigan. So, okay, I'm gonna flip the camera down and I'm gonna show you my machine. So this is the new version of the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It used to be black, it used to be a Big Shot, and now it has these sides that go up. Hi, Patricia. So it's got a nice little Stampin' Up logo on there. It's a little more compact. There's a handle on the side here. And then what happens is the sides pop down. So there's also some plates that come with it. It comes with standard cutting plates. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Amy. Hi, Sherry. It comes with standard cutting plates. And we had the option back a couple years ago that we could get magnetic platforms. You guys, mine is loved. Look at that thing. It is loved and used. You always need two plates when you make your sandwich. And I wanted to show you what happens to plates eventually over time. Look at that. Yep, that happens. And I still use this plate. I don't have my attendees at class use this plate so much. I try to hide this one and only use it for myself because it still works. I generally try to keep plates that are like more like this way. So one of my tips and tricks for you guys today on using these plates. Hi, Anna Rebedu. Hi, Carol. When you're doing die cutting, it's always good to flip your plates like up and down. I generally keep one plate on the bottom. You can see that I love this one a lot and it's used. You can put this in the oven and bake it at a certain temperature and just Google that. I'm sure you'll find something. I can't remember if it's a really low heat, like 250 or 300, but all these little paper pieces will eventually come out of the plastic. But you guys, I've been using this for a long time and it cuts. It's no problem for me. So I always keep that one on the bottom and I will go back and forth. You can see that it's used on both sides. So I flip it both sides and then I keep a nice one for the top. And again, my tip for you is keep replacing up and down like this. So cut it one way and then flip it and cut it and keep flipping this. If you don't, this is what eventually happens to your plates. They become warped and that happens. Eventually they will crack. In class, we've had a couple of them that have cracked and they've split in half. It happens. You know, at that point, we get new plates. They're only $12. We can handle that. When you've given them a run for the money, get some new ones. So a little bit on plates. Now, I wanted to tell you about the die cutting. So one of the things that my cousin Kelly, who helps me, she said she didn't realize this, but when she was going to die cut something, she would take a full sheet like this and she would run the whole sheet through here. Now this is a kind of a big sheet, but she would run this whole sheet through at once and die cut this one thing out. Well, what happens when you're doing that is it leaves imprints throughout that paper. So my tip for you today is cut yourself the size that you actually need. So when you cut this to be the size that you need, and either if you're going to die cut it and then stamp, or if you're going to stamp it and then die cut it, cut what you need and then go ahead and die cut it. So that will help to eliminate getting those little wrinkly lines on your paper. So when you get plates for the very first time, yes, they're pristine and they are clear and you won't get any little lines. But just know as you do your die cutting, now what happened is if it creates little wrinkles, like after you've run it through about 4 times, that paper, as you continue to use it, will get squished more. So you're only, that's to me garbage. So now I only die cut out what I need. Same thing with this. When you guys get your class kits from me, I give you a piece that is white like this. And like in this case, hi Judy Bobo, I gave everybody that took this Beauty of the Earth class with me, I gave them a piece like this and I gave them this. So they get both. If they can stamp on this, great. If they can't, they have a piece here that they can use. Now then, if they stamp on here and they have the die, what you would do is just, so because I have a magnetic platform that really helps with the die so it sticks, you could use washi tape or some sort of low tack artist tape to help keep it secure, but there you go. I'm just cutting the size of paper, hi Sandy, that I actually need, and I'm only wasting that little bit. And yes, if you're using a big piece of paper, you can get really close in here and get very minimal paper waste, but just know that like twice might be good, but if you have a whole sheet that you're trying to get one of these shapes out of and you keep running that paper, it will eventually get squished and it'll eventually get lines on it. So foil paper especially, when you're cutting foil paper, you want to cut it to the size that you need it because foil will take on any sort of indentation from your plate. I wanted to show you how this works. If your plates start to get warped like this, I do not recommend trying to put them in like that way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but like let's say the hump is up. So I'm gonna cut one of these because I have some extra to-go kits of the Beauty of the Earth, and I include one of these die cut in white. So if you're gonna use a plate that has a Humpty Hump like this, hi Melanie Foy, there's not much help for it. You can, I mentioned it a little bit earlier about putting it in the oven. You can put it between like 2 glass plates or like baking dishes and try to put pressure on the top to squish it flat while it heats. I've done it. It's gotten better. It's gone down, but it doesn't stay like that forever. Once you start using it again, it starts to warp. So if you're gonna use a Humpty Hump plate like this, you definitely want to scoop it in this way. You do not want to try to force that hump up. So watch this. If you put that flat end in and you have your curve going like, I just went off the camera, so if it goes like that up, that'll work. So I will still use this plate until it gets cracked in half for me. And so it works perfectly fine doing the upside down hump for that. So just like that, I've got my die cut. So that is my, oh, one more thing. So I need one more of these little trees. The other thing I find that people do, hi Patricia, I have Pat, hi Deb, there's Patty Stebbins. I'm good. You have 92 degrees going up to 103. So you guys, we have a heat wave today too, it feels like, but then it's supposed to be 64 degrees tomorrow. So when you're die cutting a few different things at once, I don't just do one at a time, you guys. I'm a multitasker at its finest. I will fill this thing full. Now, you don't want to have things too close together, but you could easily do like this here, and then you could do another thing here and another. Maximize your cutting plates. If you're running it through once, why don't you fill up with at least 3 or 4 things if you have that many? Now, if you only have one, just do your one. But like on this case, I would see if I can, like I might put this is a scrap, you guys, it was the end of a piece of paper, but I'm gonna see if I can get 2 of these little guys out of here. So if I put him diagonal, and if the magnets, if you have the magnetic plate and it likes to do that hopping around thing, just move your paper slightly or get your tape. So the washi tape would help hold that down. So Judy, you're already down to 61 degrees. Oh my goodness. So we're getting that tomorrow, apparently. My mom, the weather lady, said that. You know, I trust my mom giving me weather advice more than I trust any weather person on TV or the internet. My mom generally is right. And I don't know where she gets her information, but her source is a reliable source. So again, I have a couple extra kits that I'm working on for that they were going to be in person, and now I'm making them into, whoa, my handle just fell out. Oh my gosh, this is a perfect example for you guys. Okay, let me be back. I'm going to get the little key for this. So hang on, guys, let me get the key. Oh, that is so funny that this had to happen for you guys live. And it's not really a key, it's an Allen wrench. So when you get one of these machines, you have to put the handle on yourself. And what happens is there's a little screw and a washer in here. So you guys, just so you know, when you buy this machine for the first time, the handle does not come attached. You have to attach it. And there's a little silver thing right here that's popping out. So what you do is you put your handle on, find where it goes in, and then I take this and I put it on the end of my Allen wrench, just like this, and then find the hole, and then you just use your Allen wrench to twist it, and that's how your handle goes on. Now, another tip on this, squeeze it as tight as you possibly can. If you find your handle falls off regularly, you're not tightening it quite tight enough, the other option is to put a little clear fingernail polish on the end of your screw, or a little Loctite, or nail glue, or you could even probably use this fine tip glue pen. Put a little, and that's what I should have done, put that, and when this falls off the next time I will do that, put a little bit of that right on the end of your screw before you put that in there, and that will seal that tight. Then you can put this little guy right back in there. So you guys, that was a thing that happened with the old Big Shot. It continues. I got these right away. These new cut and emboss machines, I got mine right away when they first came live last September or August, and they did have known issues that the handles still fell off on those first runs, and so they've sent me new handles. I haven't had a chance to put them on yet. You know how life goes, busy, but here you go. So I'm gonna get one more little guy out of that strip of paper, and in that case, I didn't mind doing two. I didn't think it would be an issue 2 times, but you just don't want to put the whole sheet of paper on here and die cut one tree here, one tree, and then the whole time the rest of that paper is getting squished and lines are being indented in it. So you guys, I use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine like to its fullest. It gets loved. So by flipping it over and then, Mo, I just mentioned that early on. Eventually, so when you guys first get your clear plates, you want to flip them. So those that are just tuning in now, watch this video from the beginning. I talked about flipping your plates like this every time you run it. So run it through, flip it, run it through, flip it. That will help to eliminate that warping so fast. I mean, when you do as much die cutting as we do in class here, you're gonna eventually get warped plates, and it's to me it's a consumable item that I just need to replace this every like 6 months or so. I'm getting new plates. So, and then these I use for myself. Again, I don't mind using this. I know how it works. I don't mind me having to use this. And once it only fits this way, I just continually use it with the hump down instead of the Humpty Hump up. So, hi Kimberly. And you love it, Patty. Good. Yep, the Big Shot works the same. No worries, Mo. I know that I had that right off at the beginning. We've been, just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Kay had one that cracked in half for small things, just to make it, yep. So beveled edge goes first. So they do crack. Eventually, like if I keep using this and putting stress on it, it will put a little crack. And they make the loudest, most scariest sound when they crack and like break in half. And then that's time just to throw it away. So, yep. So Sandy said she puts her warped plates in the machine with a couple pieces of cardstock in between, crank the plates in until the middle, store it like that, and they do straighten out. So good advice there. So my life, so Lisa just asked me how long my lunch is. I get about an hour, and so I started it around 12:15, so I have until 1:15, but I was starving, you guys. I ran into the kitchen and grabbed a sandwich really quick from where I was working with my work computer, and I had a bunch of meetings this morning, back into the swing of things on a Tuesday. So yes, so I usually get about half an hour. I just like whatever it ends up being, so no big deal. But you guys, this is probably one of the only live lunch hour tip Tuesdays you'll get, because generally I'm pretty good about doing my videos on Monday night or Sunday and then having Kelly air them. And with the 4th of July weekend in there, I just couldn't pull that one out of my butt. So you guys get me live on Tuesday. Kelly will, I think she's popping in sometime this afternoon, and she's going to be doing the video for Technique Thursday. And so you guys can catch that on Thursday. And then Thursday night, we will be doing a swap card showcase and making one card together. So I'll be live at 6 p.m. Central Thursday night for anybody who wants to see some fabulous swap cards and watch me put a card together. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to tune out and get back to work. So you guys, it was great being with you today on a Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully you got some ideas out of using that machine and how the plates work and how to put a handle back on. That was totally impromptu. I did not anticipate that happening via a live, but then I could show you that it happens. And make sure that you guys are using your cutting plates to the best of, like, space-wise, and then being careful with that foil. Another tip I have before I sign off is on foil paper. Let's say you have little pieces that are on the ends that aren't part of the die that you're cutting, but they're there. Or you have a big image like this that's foil and you don't want that to get scrapes in it. Put a piece of copy paper. So take a piece of copy paper and put that over the top of your die, and then run your plate over the top, and that will help. That piece of paper will help eliminate any little lines you get in your foil paper. So thanks for sharing my Tip Tuesday, you guys, with your friends and family. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Lots of sunshine and love and hugs to you. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Love you guys. Bye.